A very good day to all Colombians, whether you're on board our many vessels trading around the world or in our offices around the world. Today is Never Again Day. It's the 23rd of July, and every year on the 23rd of July, we go out with a message similar to today's message in an attempt to prevent those serious facts, those serious incidents that took place 12 to 13 years ago from reoccurring. The reason we do that is that many of you whom we're talking to now weren't with Colombia 12 or 13 years ago. Some of you hadn't even started working 12 or 13 years ago. However, the facts remain really, really important to us as a company and to all of us as individuals. So without more ado, I'm going to ask our COO, Captain Leonid Zelensky, to tell us what actually happened, Leonid, on the 23rd of July, 13 years ago.
Good day from me as well, Mark, and thank you very much for that. I remember this very well. We received first notification about MARPOL violation from US Coast Guard in May 2012. And it was a shocking news for us. We didn't expect that. And it followed by another 2 reports. So totally 3 violations been reported to us. And then we launched immediate investigation on the entire fleet, and we identify some inconsistency on another vessel. So we reported this to US Coast Guard, and it was counted as a force violation on our fleet.
So MARPOL, just to remind everybody listening, MARPOL are the global regulations on environmental protection that apply to ships trading all around the world.
Absolutely. MARPOL is an international convention for prevention pollution from vessels, establish certain rules and regulation. And these rules and regulation must be complied. However, there are cases when we may not be in full compliance, and unfortunately the perception is that, okay, if no real pollution occur, if it didn't pollute the environment, we can just keep it quiet and not to record it. And this is the biggest mistake, and this is exactly what happened to us.
So Leonid, what were the consequences both for the crews on board those 4 vessels and for the company?
The MARPOL violation itself is very bad event, of course, and it's not good when you violate and deviate from rules and requirements. But what makes it worse, if you don't record it and you actually arrive in US territory with oil record book not reflecting actual activity. And this is what is considered as a criminal act. And this is what increases exposure, and the crew were detained for a year because of this criminal investigation.
So they didn't see their families for a whole year, some of them.
Exactly. It was extremely stressful exercise for all of us, for the crew, for the company, for the families, and of course it cost us a lot of money.
So what was the fine in the end for the business?
The fine for actual violation was 10.4 millions, and the total cost, because we had to follow the environmental compliance program, went up to 25 millions. And we've been under probation for 4 years. 23rd of July is actually the day when this probation was imposed on us. So we will remember this forever.
So there were 3 consequences of what happened. Firstly, the crew, or a lot of the crew, spent up to a year in confinement or jail in the US until such time as the hearing was complete. The second was a fine of 10 or 12 million, plus the cost of this probation period. And thirdly, the reputational damage to Colombia nearly put us out of business, correct?
It was huge reputational impact on entire Colombia. All our clients, all our business partners were extremely concerned, and we went through the hell trying to recover from this.
Yes. So what is it about Never Again Day that we want you to take away from this video? Firstly, never get yourselves into a position where there is a MARPOL breach. Make sure the vessel's command, make sure each and every one of our great seafarers on board know the MARPOL regulations and what they're supposed to do and not supposed to do. Secondly, if there is a breach, if there is an involuntary discharge, or if there is a prohibited transfer, then report it. It's fine. The breach itself is okay as long as it is officially reported or unofficially reported through the open reporting system, but it must be reported. And the third most important thing that we want you to take away from this video is make sure the records are accurate. Make sure the breach, after you report it, is properly reported in the oil record book or the other record books on board the vessels. If that happens, all that will happen will be a civil fine and not a criminal fine. Not a criminal fine against the crew members and not a criminal fine against the company. Okay, so let's all please work together to make sure the incidents of 12 and 13 years ago never happen again on this Never Again Day.
And please remember, if something happened, if error is made or discharge performed not in compliance with MARPOL, it's still okay if we transparently record it. And if you experience such case, do let us know and we will guide you through the process. The transparency and accurate record keeping is a key here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.